Hey guys, this is a technique of the week that we've been working on this week in our classes, guys. So we've been working on takedowns this week. So we're gonna get into our single leg takedown here. I come in, I change my level, and now I'm gonna look into Cameron's chest and snatch that single. Oftentimes, as I'm trying to get into my single leg takedown, my partner will hit me with a whizzer and start to kick that leg back, okay? What'll happen if I don't transition is I shoot in, I grab the leg, he whizzers, kicks that leg back. Now he's able to sprawl on top of me and get me to the ground. So anytime we shoot in for a single, we gotta monitor our training partner's reaction. If I get into that single leg takedown, he hits that whizzer, kicks that leg back, I immediately need to respond to his defense. So as he whizzers and kicks that leg back, my goal here is going to be to get a nice little body lock. If Cameron stays with that leg behind, we have some options here. However, sometimes he might be trying to go into an Uchi Mata. His goal being to step in front of my leg and drive me forward, taking me in this direction. If he does try to hit this Uchi Mata, as he tries to come in, I have a decent base where as he's trying to drive forward, it makes it a little bit more difficult, okay? So a very, very important part of posture is making sure that and stability is as I enter into this technique, I've got a nice solid posture, which is gonna make Cameron's counters much, much more difficult. Here, what a lot of people will try to do is they'll try to do what's called a Tanyo Toshi, or otherwise called a valley drop. So what'll happen here is I try to drive Cameron forward a little bit, and then the idea being is that I'm gonna sit, bring him back, get those hips on the ground, and it's a great technique, and if it's done, it can be very effective, but in my experience, it's very difficult for people to hit that technique without risk of injury. So common issue from this position with the valley drop is once I get into my partner's waist here, as people start to fly back, inevitably what happens is they start to bring their hips into their partner's knees or ankles, which can cause unnecessary injury. So a better alternative here is going to be once I start to snatch up that leg, he starts to defend, I go right into that tight waist and I make sure that I'm sitting low, drive it in forward, okay? Now, one of the details here when we hit this is I'm not gonna step forward and go into my partner's ankle. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step out to about maybe 6 inches to a foot behind Cameron's right foot. My goal being to get that right shoulder beyond the plane of his hip right here, so that now I can step. So as you can see now, just with that penetration step, I have Cameron off balance. And then now all I have to do is walk my legs in a circular motion. Again, this is the technique of the week. I change my level, I go up here, Cameron tries to step in, so I'm immediately working my way towards that rear foot. And then now I'm gonna finish this takedown safely. As you can see from this finish, there's no strain or pressure on Cameron's left leg here. I can simply walk and walk and walk until I get my takedown. And then the finishing position will be a great one. So hope you guys enjoyed this little technique. It's a great alternative to the Tanyo Toshi, otherwise known as valley drop. Valley drop can be very effective, but in my opinion, this one's a little bit safer. Hope you guys enjoyed. All right, guys, real quick bonus, just in case you like that other technique. Sometimes when your partner enters that Uchi Mata, there's a quick and easy counter that you can do here. I'm gonna shoot in for my single. Once Cameron starts to defend, I go into a tight waist. As Cameron tries to hit that Uchi Mata, I simply drive my hips into his hips. I'm gonna knock his knee out from underneath him, and then just a quick kneel to get my partner on the ground. I should end up in side control if done correctly. Hope you guys enjoyed that.